Okay, Amit. So I have your resume. So before starting, let's just have a quick um, quick introduction of your, so that we can proceed further, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. My name is Amit, and I have overall 7 years of experience here. In that, in SAP, I have 5 years of experience. So, as per my SAP experience, I have worked on all P2P cycle like PR, PO, inventory management, invoicing. I also worked in master data like material master, vendor master, purchase info record, source list, service master, and I have also worked in the special procurement like consignment, subcontracting, and I'm here in new plant. I have done one project in LSMW also. In that, I have uploaded the material master, and right now I'm giving training to the freshers. Means how to create PR and PO, and means that whatever the new configuration happening. So for that, I'm making unit testing for that. And right now I'm just like I'm learning for enhancement project also, means how to make functional specification and all. So that's it, sir.
Okay. So as you have mentioned that P2P cycle you have worked on, so can you quickly brief on P2P cycle means how the P2P cycle will happen in SAP?
Yes, sir. Actually, P2P cycle will start with the PR. So PR can be generated through the MRP, or PR can be generated from any department directly. So after PR generation, if vendor is known, so we can directly go to PO with that vendor. If vendor is not known, so we'll create the RFQ. We'll send to the 3 4 vendor, and we'll get the quotation from them. We'll maintain the quotation in ME45, ME47. Then which is the which is the vendor giving the good condition and term, will keep it, and the rest of will reject it. And through the with that vendor will create the PO. After PO, the vendor will send us the goods. Then we'll do the good receipt. After good receipt, the my product will come into our warehouse. Then after this, we'll do the invoicing. After invoicing, the payment will done to the vendor. This
Mm-hmm.
is all P2P.
Okay. Okay. So in P2P cycle, let's say I have you have worked on release strategy also, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say in PO I have 4 to 5 line items, okay,
Yes, sir.
and I just want to release the purchase order for first line item for now, or for right now instance I need to unlock or release for only one line item, and rest of the line item I want to release it in a later date. So is it possible?
No, in PO level, it is possible only header level. So item level we can't do, but in PR we can do in item level also.
Okay. So in PO, what are the conditions that you have taken into consideration in release strategy for your, let's say, for your client?
Here, like means the value that and with the document type, with the value and purchase organization and plant. These are the classification. On that basis, release strategy is taken.
Mhm. Okay. So Amit, you have mentioned monitoring day-to-day background job for all purchasing. So the what kind of background job you have for purchasing?
Like for automatic PO,
Mm-hmm.
here background job is running, or for MRP also. So if from PO side, if any issue will come, we can monitor
Mm-hmm.
in SM37, and
Mm-hmm.
if and we can create also in T code SM36. If any issue will be there, we have to resolve it.
Mm-hmm. So if you find any kind of, let's say, any issue in background job, so what are the major issues in background job that you have faced till now?
Uh, like some data, if some data will miss, the system will show the error.
Mm-hmm.
So on that condition, we have to go to that data and we have to fulfill that requirement. Then
Mm-hmm.
again, we have to reprocess it.
Okay. 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 So you have mentioned also IDOC status finding and reprocessing. So it is like a daily job that you find the IDOC status and reprocess it.
Uh, yes, I know this one, but basically the senior they are handling. But I know if they are not available, so we can I can also work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the in WE02 we can check the IDOC
Mm-hmm.
and we can check the status which is not dispatched or not collected properly.
Mm-hmm.
Or in status we can check what is the error is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So after solving that error, we can reprocess in BD87.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's say I want to change some fields in the IDOC label. Okay. Um, can we do that?
Field level we can yes in segment
Mm-hmm.
in WE31 we have to go and that it might change.
W31. And what other T codes we have for IDOC?
Like IDOC type WE30
Mm-hmm.
and partner profile WE20
Mm-hmm.
and BD64 is for model view.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. No issues. Yeah. Do you know WE19 T code?
W19, yes, sir. That is a testing tool for IDOC. In
Mm-hmm.
that, what will happen means one more same file will create. If anything we are changing, it will affect in new file.
Mm-hmm.
The earlier file will be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like testing tool. We can do the testing in the different file. If it is
Mm-hmm.
okay, then we can change in the main file and reprocess it.
Okay. Okay. So you have mentioned you have configured new key fields in the material master. So is this like a configuration like enhancement or anything like that?
No, configuration like I've created new material type
Mm-hmm.
and I've given new number ranges to that and what are the fields are required for that. So this configuration level I have changes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So have you created material master anytime?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the departments that you have configured in material master?
Department is views.
Yes.
Yeah, like MM side means basic view one and two, then
Mm-hmm.
purchasing view, plant storage one and two, then accounting, and for batch management one classification view will come.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are running the MRP, then MRP 1 and 2, we have to put some data like MRP type,
Mm-hmm.
procurement type, and for forecasting, one more we will come forecasting
Mm-hmm.
in these views I have got.
Okay. So what kind of material have you configured?
For raw materials,
Okay, for raw materials. Okay. So you have also worked in vendor consignment process also, right?
yes.
So in vendor consignment, what is the like entry? What is the moment type for vendor consignment process? How you can receive the stock from vendor consignment process?
Will receive through 101K movement type.
Mm-hmm.
And then it will come to the consignment stock. Then if you want to take in our stock, then 411K movement I will come.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to direct to the cost center, so
Mm-hmm.
201K will come.
Okay. So do you know what are the accounting entries when you perform this consignment process?
BSX and WRX.
Mm-hmm. BSX and WRX. Are you sure?
Uh, for consignment, I think KBS for vendor,
Mm-hmm.
both KBS and BS Excel.
Are you
I'm
sure?
not sure about that. No, sir.
Okay.
One more accounting key is there for consummate KON.
Mm-hmm.
My trigger. I'm not reminding right now.
Okay, no issues. Yeah. So you have mentioned you have defined functional specification for release strategy for PO and PR, right?
Yes.
So what is that functional specification? Can you just explain what have you mentioned
Uh,
for PO and PR? Let's take
like
an
I've
example of PO only.
like I've done the configuration for release strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have created the release strategy for PO. So in that, if I talk about the process, means for the first I will create the classification.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are maintaining the four classifications like for plant, for purchasing document, purchasing group. So we have to create separately. In then we have to create the class in CL02
Mm-hmm.
with the class type 032 for release strategy. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have to assign all the characteristic in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then later setup for release strategy we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing we have to create the release group.
Mm-hmm.
Second is release code. So in release code we have to assign with the release group. Then third is release indicator like B for block, R for release.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth is release in fourth one again four processes there like which strategies we have to create
Mm-hmm.
like release prerequisite release status release classification then stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
So like we can create different strategies. Suppose for first strategy I want only three approver, so I'll keep it here and the rest of the process what are the classification I want I will give the value there and
Mm-hmm.
lastly I will do the stimulation, then
Mm.
we can test whether it is working or not in view.
Okay. So you have mentioned all these things in a functional specification.
Yes, like what are the approval, how many approval we want, and what are the flow of that.
Hmm.
First, if this much value is there, this much approval is required. So
Mm-hmm.
according to that, I have made the.
Okay. Okay. So you also know the LSMW process, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in LSMW process, let's say we have data, let's say we have 10,000 or 20,000 records are there. So is it possible to go with LSMW?
Yes, sir. Actually, I worked in batch input record.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, I have uploaded around 500 material.
No,
So in that,
I'm asking about 10,000 or 15,000 records are
Uh,
there.
some other thing is also there like Badi and Bapi, but in that I have not worked.
No, is it possible through LSMW?
Yes, possible, sir. If we maintain all the file means in that it we can record.
Okay, so you have mentioned that you have configured the pricing procedure also. So if I say in PO, price will trigger automatically, right?
Yes,
Whenever you create a PO or there is automatic PO is getting generated, so price will be getting populated in PO automatically, right?
yes, sir.
So how that field is getting triggered in PO, that price field?
The important factor is like vendor schema group and purchase schema group of purchase organization. In that, like schema group of purchase organization, we are assigning the purchase and later we are assigning the vendor schema group.
Mm-hmm.
That if you are creating the PO and purchase organization, our procedure will trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So pricing procedure, what the condition type we have maintained, that
Mm-hmm.
will trigger here.
Mm-hmm.
And that if we maintain the so and we have maintained the record also to that criteria, that price will come in PO.
Mm-hmm. Where you will maintain the price?
Like uh, maintain the, we can, in PIR, we are maintaining the
Mm-hmm.
condition tab. There also, in condition tab, like I want the gross much, so there we can maintain all the price.
Mm-hmm. So let's say I have for the material and vendor combination, I have let's say contract is there, purchase info record is there, and we have also, let's say, material master price is there. So which price will trigger to the PO price?
According to this, first it will take from the contract,
Mm-hmm.
then PIR. If and if PIR also not there, if old PO is there, it will take from the old PO.
Okay. Okay. So you have experience, you have mentioned you have experience, one experience for implementation project also, right?
Yes.
So in the implementation project, um, do you know what are the phases of implementation project? How we implement SAP?
Yes, like five phases are there. First, like project definition,
Mm-hmm.
and second one is blueprint phase.
Mm-hmm.
Third one is realization phase.
Mm-hmm.
Then uh, fourth one is go live. Then production will come lastly. So majorly, I worked in realization phase. In that, I have created the different document types for the different department, and what are the fields are required, what are the number ranges required. So in that, I have worked.
Mm-hmm. So you have configured some document type for user department, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the document type that you have created for which user departments?
Like we have a major four department here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to create the PR from molding department, so for molding one, I have created one new document type like
Mm-hmm.
MLD.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen in release strategy in classification? If I want to send it for HOD of molding. So in that I will give the classification document type MLD. So
Mm-hmm.
first it will go to the HOD of molding.
Mm-hmm.
So for four department, four document type is there. So separately we can create the PR there,
Mm-hmm.
or that approver will be different as per the department wise.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So what is the organization structure that you have maintained in implementation project? Do you have any idea on that?
Uh, Implementation project, actually in on that organizational structure I have not worked, but I know the what are the structure in
Mm-hmm.
like in SAP first client will come, then company code, then company, then within this plant we will assign, then purchase organization,
No,
then
how your organization structure was maintained in your client side? Any idea? Like you have told like you have four departments in one plant, right?
yes.
So so how was the let's say how was the configuration for organization structure? Means have you any plant defined for that? Have you any let's say purchase organization or how it was assigned? Do you have any idea on that?
Yes, actually, within only one plant is there.
Mm-hmm.
In actually different plant in different location is there. But
Mm-hmm.
in where I am working here, majorly four department. Within this, in one plant, different profit center has defined for all the department,
Mm-hmm.
and different purchase group is there, and only one purchase organization is there for that plant.
Mm-hmm. So your purchase organization is only required for your plant only, or it is means for that purchase
Actually,
organ.
I'm here. Different plant is there. So I'm talking about my plant only. So here only one purchase organization is handling, but for different plant, different purchase organization is there.
Okay. 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 So you have started working in realization phase, right? So after realization phase, you have must have done the testing and you must have done the let's say Any kind of enhancement also you have done?
Enhancement I have seen, but enhancement side I have not worked.
Mm-hmm.
Directly like normal standard process is there. There I have worked. Creation of document type, number ranges,
Mm-hmm.
if any material type required there. In a standard process I have worked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically you have experience in support project, right?
Yes.
So okay. So do you know what are the year-end activities um, happening at in the support project?
Like for support project, as per the SLA means how many tickets we have closed on the time or what is lagging. This kind of report we have to prepare. And
You have to prepare that report.
no, sir, I've not worked on that.
Hmm. So do you know what is the year-end activity for support consultant?
For support, like we have to, for some of the number ranges, we have to create, done the configuration. Like year wise, uh, for some of the things like in good receipt, we have to change the year and we have to create, assign the new year in that. This kind of things I have done, but for reporting side, I'm not working.
Okay, okay, no issues. Okay. So in the implementation time, what is the major challenge that you face during the implementation phase in any kind of, let's say, configuration or maybe in testing or maybe any kind of thing that you have faced challenges during the implementation time?
Yes, actually during implementation time, I was new on the SAP MM.
Mm,
So, since they have given the training, like you have to create the document type like that and that. So, due to lack of knowledge only, some issues has come.
mm,
Otherwise, it was not like the major issue.
mhm,
So every time I have to ask the senior means how what is the process and all.
mhm,
So they will guide us. Then again, I will like they have given LSMW and they have told we have to upload some data.
mhm.
So that process I did not know. So then first I have to go to the process. Then again I have to put this thing. So because of lack of knowledge, I have faced some problem. Otherwise, it was okay.
Okay. So you know gap analysis?
Yes, gap analysis I have known. Like if some standard process is there, like as is, and the client is required some different process that is not in the standard process, that will be to be.
Mhm,
So between that, what is the gap is there?
mhm.
That is we have to analyze that. How can we fulfill that gap? So in that gap analysis, we have to work like that.
Have you done any, mm, let's say, some enhancement in your project? Like any gap analysis, any custom fields that you have developed, or any kind of fields that you have there?
Yes, like one enhancement I have done like in PO some mismatch was coming in vendor address and vendor telephone number. So what we have done, we have created one different T code in that we can like I have configured one FS for that. Like first we have to go in table SE69 in
Mm,
CDSDR. We can take all the PO
mhm,
and with that PO we can take the vendor name.
mhm,
Then vendor name vendor we can put into the LFA1 table. So in that we can take the address, telephone.
mhm,
This type of means how to passes this value for this thing. And directly I want a different T code. In that I will put the PO number. So I want the output like direct vendor number, telephone number, address like that.
mhm.
So what are the tables are required like CDSDR and LFA1? What are the technical names are there? So this kind of things, this is I've done.
Okay. Okay. So in the support project, what kind of like in which area we are working?
Mostly in yeah, purchasing only in like if PO and PR if there any issue is coming. So
So
then
what are the major issues that you face in that area?
sometimes what will happen recently while creating the PO release strategy was not triggered.
Mhm,
So I found what happened. Actually, they have given the new purchase group.
mhm,
So that purchase group was not defined in the classification. So I kept in the classification in CL20N. Then that PO was triggered for release strategy.
mhm. Okay. And what is the major issue that you have faced in support project? Major
Mostly
tickets?
Yeah, mostly P3, P4 tickets I'm handling. But
Mhm,
one time I have done the configuration in negative stock. So
mhm,
like we have to do the good issue before the GR because due
mhm,
to some issue. So in that I have done the configuration. I have in first we have to first we have to configure the negative stock for plant and for that storage location. In SPRO we have to activate that.
mhm.
Then they were able to do the goods issue. Then later we have done the good receipt on that because
So,
of negative stock was not activated, so we can't do direct good issue. So
mhm,
that was I have done.
okay, okay. So, have you any time worked on the output type?
Output type I know the process how to configure, but
Mhm,
yes, but till now I have not get any issue.
mhm, mhm. Okay, okay, okay. No issues. You have worked on the PP integration also, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what are the issue that you got on like PP side or PP integration? What are the issues that you get on that?
uh, Not major issue, but sometimes like if they don't want to run the MRP for material,
Mm-hmm,
so we have to do the in material type, we have to do ND for no MRP. So then we have to do like this. And if they want to decrease the stock level of reorder point, so simple like issues as I have resolved till now.
mm, okay. So for MRP also you have defined some background jobs.
Yes, the background job is running for MRP.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, no issues. Okay, then we are good to go. No issues. So we are finishing the interview now. We will discuss in one more session what is lacking, right? Okay.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, it was okay. Okay. So only I found a couple of things that you need to check with it. If your interview is clear for second round, that's okay. Maybe we'll get some calls for that confirmation. But the thing is, let's say here there is one thing that you have mentioned configuring the new key elements for material master, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't mention like that new elements. Configure the new key elements. It is looking like you have done some let's say enhancement in material master. Okay, you can mention like in the material master you have maintained the material master. You can mention like that. Okay, so I have worked on material master configuration, or I have um, like maintain the material master. You can say like that. Okay, first thing. Second thing is this background job, okay, background job monitoring, that's okay, that's not a problem. And the second thing is IDOC status finding and reprocessing. So normally we don't go to the IDOC processing and we don't reprocess it directly, right? Unless we are getting some issues from the user, or maybe some delay is happening, or there is some issues with the let's say IDOC reprocessing, or for the batch job. Basically IDOC will process through batch job. We don't process it manually, right? So IDOC status monitoring is okay. Okay, so you can say I monitor the IDOC status, but I don't do any changes or anything unless we are getting a ticket. Okay, or unless we are
Oh,
getting a issue from the customer or user, we are anything, we are not receiving anything, we are not doing anything, any changes to the IDOC. Okay, because manually we should not process IDOCs. Okay, unless you are getting a issue or errors on that. Okay, you can just change that IDOC status monitoring, just maintain that. Okay,
okay, sir.
then let's come to your FS part. Okay, defined functional specification for the release strategy for PO and PR. Okay, so first let's understand why we maintain the functional specification. Functional specification is needed when you do a changes to the standard area, right? So whenever you
Yes,
are doing a enhancement, so there you need to maintain a functional specification, and you have to provide it to your ABAPer or technical person so that they will do the changes. Okay, so if you mention I have maintained a functional specification for a release strategy, so what are the, you have to mention what are the changes you have done, like is there any customization that you have taken, any customization for pure release or PR release. If you have done any changes, then you can mention we have maintained a functional specification for that. Otherwise, what you have explained the full release procedure. So full release procedure, it is a standard process in SAP. We don't have to maintain a functional specification for that. We have to only maintain, let's say we have to document for that. Okay, we just have to maintain a document for that, that what are the classes are there, what are the release are there, or everything you have mentioned, you just have to do a documentation on that. So that is not a FS, right?
okay,
So you have to mention that and change this one, that functional specification for release strategy and PO and PR. Because if you are mentioning something functional specification, then they will ask if you have done some changes in the release strategy. Okay, or if you are mentioning, you can just mention that for workflow only we have maintained the functional specification, like how it will trigger the workflow. For that only we have maintained the let's say functional specification, and we have shared it with the ABAPer, and they have done the workflow process, right? You
okay,
can
sir.
you can mention that. Otherwise, there is nothing we can do for release strategy with functional specification. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so this is the major things. And for support project, you need to be you need to have some more issues, let's say some kind of difficult issues, some kind of what you have told, it is a minimum issue or one time issue, right? The negative stock, it is only a one time issue. And when it is not getting not configured, that is a one time issue. And that is a let's say P4 level, or maybe it is a configuring also. You cannot do it in a incident level configuration, you need to do it in a CR level. So let's say change request or any kind of service request you will be getting for that. Means any negative stock, you will have to update in the configuration level, right?
Okay, sir.
So that is a CR process. So normally they will ask what is, so basically if they are asking, then you can say, okay, we found this issue that negative for the negative stock, we got a issue that for this material is not getting GR. So we have seen the requirement is from the customer that they need to do the let's say goods issue without the material also. So that is when we check, that is possible in negative stock if we allow the negative stock. So um, we have checked in the configuration settings and we found the necessary settings are not there, so we have requested them for a change. So they have requested a change, let's say they have requested for the change and we have maintained the necessary records. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
a this is again a one time issue. Okay, you have to mention something that is a regular or reoccurring issues what you get daily basis. Okay, maybe weekly once, maybe weekly twice, kind of issues that you are getting on a regular basis. Okay,
Okay.
and the third thing is you need to be prepared on a let's say ticket which is uh, let's say it is a what you call severity basis. Let's say you are saying it is you are working on P4 tickets, so let's say some kind of P3 tickets that you have handled and there was some kind of issues were there where but you cannot be able to find the answer right away.
Mm.
Okay, you can just mention some tickets like that. Okay,
Okay.
so that is all about it, or other than that everything is fine, everything is okay. You definitely you can crack an interview, that's not a problem. Okay, so all the best for your future.